Good morning, my friends. Today's video is for my dear friend Lindy, who asked if I could share all my tips and tricks towards getting pro at-home gel nails. Because life is just so much simpler when your nails are looking fantastic for those couple of weeks without you worrying about them getting chipped. Today we're doing a different kind of video, but don't worry, we're just switching it up just very slightly. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. My name is Ling, and if you want to become a sibling of mine, come and join. My channel is all about inspiring you guys to feel good whilst getting fit and healthy, and also loving yourself no matter what. Today's choice of topic to feel good for is about nails, a girl's best friend. The feeling of you having fresh, good-looking nails for 2 straight weeks, it's just fantastic. And nowadays, it's just so easy for you to buy a full kit and just do it at home yourself. So I've had so many girlfriends go and get themselves a kit, and they either end up being clueless on how to do them, or they just don't look as good as how I would do them for them, or even that they just don't last long enough. Fear not, that is what I am here to do today. Give you the ins and outs at how to do your nails like a pro at home. So let's get to it. Most important thing about doing soft gel nails is actually prepping your nails. Making sure there's no dirt, debris, cuticle will actually ensure it to last longer. I know some of you can get lazy sometimes and not want to prep, and you just want to pop the polish on. Well, no, that is the one no with getting gel nails. If you don't prep it, then it's not gonna last. It's not gonna look perfect. It's not gonna look pro. Filing the nails is going to get your perfect shape that you want throughout the whole time that you have your gel nails. I highly recommend the square shape that is rounded at the tips. This is actually the most highly recommended shape. The actual shape is best for durability and long lasting, and ensures that your nails don't chip or break. You can do all these other shapes if you want, you do you, but today I'm going to do my favorite shape, and that is the swivel shape. For the swivel shape, you are going to be filing your nails straight across until you get the length that you want. Move on to the sides of your nails and file up and down until you get this perfect square shape that you can get. You're going to tilt your file just ever so slightly and tilt the sides, and if you want that round shape, kind of like flip file it. That's how you do it, so that you can get an even, smooth roundness to that swivel shape. So perfect, you filed your nails amazingly. Now onto the cuticle work. So depending on yourself, if you want to do cuticles or not, it's up to you, but you have to clean your nail bed. For the nails not to chip around the nail bed, you are going to have to push the cuticles back. Just get a bowl of warm water, pop each finger in, wipe it clean, push your cuticles back until you get that nice round smile. Make sure it's clean with that round tip, so if you have any tough cuticle on the nail bed sticking onto it, get that tip corner and actually give the nail bed a little scrub to get all that dead skin off. No, if you're like me and you have a lot of cuticles and your nails are just the worst, then yeah, give them a cut. Do whatever you want to do, just as long as you do not have any cuticle or dead skin on the nail bed. Do not put any oils, anything at all. Just buff your nails with a buffer, like a soft sponge, like your nail filer sandpaper effect to it. So you will need to buff your nails, just buff them ever so slightly, so that you are getting your nails into a nice smooth surface area for your application. Get it into those cuticle areas, so in case you have missed any cuticle work or anything like that, it'll buff that off your nail bed. Get some lint paper or tissue paper. Don't get a cotton pad or anything, because cotton pads have those little flyaways that will actually go onto your gel nails, and you don't want that. Douse that in some acetone and then clean the nail of any like residue or anything like that, and then you're ready to go for the application, simple as that. You've got one coat of base, 2 coats of your color and then 1 coat of your top. Depending on your lamp, it'll be around about 30 to 60 seconds of a cure, and then you are set to go with the next coat. First of all, we're going to move on to the base coat. So the base coat is very important. I know it's clear, but please just make sure you apply it properly and in all the areas, and don't go on any types of skin. Just try to get that excess off your fingers, because it will mean it'll chip if you don't. I'm going to show you how to apply your nail varnish. So this is a very important step, because sometimes whenever you get too much nail varnish on your brush, it can actually affect on how that application goes. You'll get 2 sides of color on your brush, so completely wipe off one of the sides and you'll have 1 side of color. Do the other side, wipe it off to around about, you have half left of that brush. Wipe the other side again so that you get that clean finish and no excess varnish on. Pop that onto the nail, pop it onto the middle of the nails, and actually push that back. Fan that brush out to get that smile, and slowly push it back to get that smile line. It's okay if you don't get a nice straight smile. What you can do is actually use your thumbnail and actually create that smile line. Bear in mind, if your bottle is new, you might need to clean off the excess from the very top first, or else it's going to be dripping everywhere whenever you start applying. Depending on your light, I like to put the thumbs in separately facing the top, because when you don't, I find that the sides will start to smudge and not set properly and not look good afterwards. Within every application, what you want to do is seal your application. What I mean by sealing your coat is actually putting varnish over your nail at the tip of it and actually painting it a little, because if you don't do that, then it will very easily chip from the tips. If you don't seal it, it won't last more than a week, let me tell you now. Also, whenever you're creating your smile line, you don't want to go too close into your cuticle line. I know you want it as close as possible, so whenever it grows, it doesn't, like, it's not as noticeable, but you do want to create that like little small gap, because you've got to think your cuticles will grow, and when they grow, if they're fast growers, they will grow under your application, and that's whenever chipping occurs as well. Keep a little bit of an area there so that you can ensure no cuticle growth going under into your nail varnish. What you're going to do is buff your nails with a filer, so you're basically buffing just that top coat off for an easier removal. There are different types of gel nails out there, so depending on whatever gel nails you have, if it's a little bit of a stronger one that's not CND, you might actually need the acetone of a gel remover, but if it's the CND shellac itself, nail varnish remover just does fine as well. Get some of that on some cotton pad, tissue paper or lint paper, and then wrap around in either your clipper or your cling film. 5-10 minutes, wait for that. It should flake up. If it doesn't, then take it out, scrape a little bit off, and then pop it on in again. If you're going to pop new nails on afterwards, you're going to have to make sure that you buff it very, very cleanly. So after it's all done, then just do your usual routine all over again. A lot of the girls that I do their nails for, they really like how I shape their nails. A lot of the time we'll get that our nails are actually quite wide, and if you have this problem, you will probably really benefit from this tip. Personally, have very wide nails, still do that swivel shape, but instead of filing the nail straight up, I kind of file it slightly tilted. It ensures the nail to look a little bit thinner, and it does actually work. If you have wide nails like mine, then yes, do that little trick. So with the colors, depending on what kind of colors you get, obviously the darker colors are going to be more easier to apply because you can see them and see where you have or have not applied, because you can see whether you seal them. That means that they're going to last longer. Any pale colors that you get, they're going to be a lot harder to apply. You're going to need at least 3 or 4 coats if you don't know how to apply pressure to your brush evenly. I say on the first 2 coats of anything pale to apply 2 coats of very, very thin coats, and then the third coat to apply just a little bit more of an application for a more even finish. So obviously the more coats that you have, the easier it is to chip, because it's more surface area for something to cling on or chip at it, you know? When I don't have gel nails on, I cannot keep them long. I have to file them short because they will just break within a single touch of a surface. Whenever I do want a break with my gels, what I tend to do is take it all off, get it clean, and then pop on some Sally Hansen hardening nail varnish strengthener. Let's say I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks, because it's all short at the moment. If I were to have an event in 2 weeks and I wanted longer nails, 2 weeks prior to that event, put on some gels, even though they're short, for them, in order for them to grow a certain length, so then in 2 weeks time I can redo them and they're grown to a length that I really like. They're perfect for that event, you know. That's a little hack for you. If you've got very thin nails like mine, they are the worst, so sometimes just one top coat won't work. If you've got really thin nails like mine, I really do highly recommend C&D shellac. C&D shellac help the nails breathe, and they don't actually make it more worse than it is. Like, my nails are just thin around the winter time, and in summertime they're actually really strong and durable. I don't know why, maybe it's the weather. In the winter time I usually have around about 3 coats of top coat. In the summer I will have around about 1 or 2 depending on how I feel. I highly recommend C&D shellac. If you're someone to wear gel nails all the time but having your nails nice and healthy, then C&D shellac is the best. These ones are patented to have like this certain formula to help your nails breathe, keep them nice and durable, long lasting. It is a little bit on the pricier end of things, but it's more than worth it. Like, a bottle lasts you for ages, and if it lasts you 2 weeks, then I personally find that, you know, it's worth that money. You don't need to get your C&D lamp. It's really expensive, like what, 100 to 300 pounds of a lamp. It costs very little for this lamp and it cures just the same, and instead of 60 seconds you only need 30 seconds for each coat, and that is on Amazon. You can use any other brands on this lamp as well. It's good. It's a good investment with this lamp because you can use all other gel brands with it. The big sum up is that if you haven't sealed it, cleaned it, it's gonna chip. So if you haven't sealed it properly at the tips, it's gonna chip from the tip. If you haven't prepped properly and cleaned your cuticle area, it's gonna chip from there, okay? So those are your main pointers. I hope all those little tips and tricks helped. I do probably have a lot more, but you know, I don't know how to address them, so I don't want to be like boring you over and over about them. So what I'll do is end the video there, and I really do hope that that helps in you creating those fabulous nails. If you have any questions at all, go and comment below and I will try and help you, give you any tips that I can give to help you, to ensure you the best nails you can do at home. Thank you very much if you have actually watched to the very end of this video. If you haven't already, please go and click that subscribe button and click that bell button, because you never know when I'll just hit you up with another video. Until next time, I will see you next time. Bye guys!